Officer, and I want to talk to you for just a few minutes about what we call the Dynamic Guide Professional Leadership Certification, or the Dynamic Guide Professional Leadership System. Now, leadership, what is the biggest problem with leadership? And what I mean by that is, how is it that you can find 1 million articles on leadership and being a good leader, and yet they'll never agree? The 1 million articles will give you 1 million different things that a leader is. Well, a couple problems. Number one is the word leadership is used so generically. You can find articles that will call Attila the Hun a leader, will call Adolf Hitler a leader. Okay, they were the person in charge, but they're not actually what we in corporate America want when we say leader. When we say leader, we're talking about someone who can positively take a group of people and bring them together, build consensus on why they're there, and then make them want to take the trip to achieve the goals they're there to achieve, which is the original reason they were hired. Now, that's what we mean when we say leader. So the term, the way it's applied, doesn't have the same definition. Now, the reason at TLI, we at the Team Builder Leadership Institute, we call it the Dynamic Guide Professional Leadership Standard, is because what we've developed is the Professional Leadership Standard, meaning a set of universal skills that research over the last 1,000 years has shown that these are the skills, these are the traits, these are the behaviors that people appreciate and respond well to, whether they're from India, Africa, America, Europe, it doesn't matter. If they're people, they respond well to these skills. These skills motivate them, inspire them, make them want to reach for more, do things they never thought they could do. This is what we define as leadership, that professional standard of skills. Now, so in our Dynamic Guide Professional Leadership System, this is what we're sharing. Imagine an organization where leadership, every leader you hire, let's say you gave them this program, now they know exactly what skills, techniques, and behaviors to use. There's no question in their mind whether this is right, this is wrong. They know this, in this situation, this is how you do it. These are the skills you use. These are the techniques, these are behaviors. They never cross the line. They never yell at people, get sarcastic, mistreat people, threaten people. Everything that comes out of a leader's mouth, everything they do, every facial expression, they have a standard so they know what's positive and produces positive results and what's negative and creates performance inhibitors for the organization. Now, for the leadership of the organization, upper management, if all mid-level managers and supervisors were using a standard like that, would it make it really easy to evaluate how good they are as a leader? Besides asking other people and doing 360s and getting opinion and emotion in there, would it make it easy to say, well, Bob, here's the standard for that performance, here's what you did. Now, can you see the gap, or can you see that they excelled? But this is the key. With a professional standard, it's measurable. Leadership performance is measurable. You can tell, are they doing well, are they not doing well? Where are their strengths? Where are their weaknesses? All of this is easy to evaluate when you have a professional standard. That's what the Dynamic Guide Professional Leadership Standard and the system teaches. And you can get certified. The way the system actually works is there are 16 modules or chapters in the system, starting from really someone who has no or little leadership skills, and then building on top of that through mastering leadership, through rewarding, through recognition, through delegating, all through leadership. Now, each chapter at the end of it, or each module at the end, has immersion activities that you got to do, because the system's all about the immersion activities. What you're learning to do is replace your current habits, behaviors, or lack of, and skills with the universal behavior, skills, and techniques. And we learn, research shows that your average person will need 6 exposures to the information with reinforcement in the middle, which is actually using the information we're exposed to. So what you learn through our system, this online system, what you learn to do through immersion activities is do it repetitiously, what you just learned, so your new habit becomes the universally positive, focused leadership skills. Now, so this, at the end of each set of activities, because some chapters have up to 10 activities, but at the end of each set of activities, then you take an assessment to see how well did you assimilate the information from that particular module or chapter. If you don't get a 90 or better on the assessment, then you are invited to go back and do it again. And when I say invited to go back, that's because you cannot go forward until you get a 90 or better. The system is designed to make you assimilate the information to be able to get through. And to get the certification, you've got to go through all of them, not only the 16 different chapter or module assessments, but then you've got a final assessment that's got to be mastered in order, with a 90% or better, showing that you know it. This is not a rote memory, I memorize and take the assessment type of assessment. These are more scenario-based. How would you use this skill? What result? What would you use? It's going to make you actually either know the material to a past assessment, or you won't pass the assessment until you know the materials. So this is an immersion course through the activities, through the information, through the videos, through the audios. You learn these skills, and if you don't immerse yourself, if you don't do the activities, you won't be able to pass the assessments, and you won't be able to move on, and you will not be able to get the certification. The Dynamic Guide Leadership Standard. If your organization, all leaders, use the same skills, meaning every employee knew how to approach them, how to talk to them, how to get information from them, how to get assistance from them, what would that do for your organization? Wouldn't it make it really powerful when everybody was comfortable, confident that they could talk to any leader, whether it's the CEO or a frontline supervisor or middle management, and they know that that leader is going to use the skills and the behaviors that support, that help, that focus them on the goals, that give them the tools? How powerful would your organization be when everybody treated everybody with dignity, respect, and honesty at all times? Now, there's different versions of that, dignity, respect, and honesty. But what you learn in the Dynamic Guide Professional Leadership Standard is a set of skills, dignity, respect, and honesty, that everybody believes, feels, because this is really emotional, feels I've been treated with dignity, respect, and honesty. So the leader, all leaders, all people have a different version of what's right and wrong, but this, the Dynamic Guide Professional Leadership Standard, gives them a concrete set of skills, techniques, and behaviors that have been proven to be universally effective, leading people to goals, making them want to do it, not feel they have to do it, making them want to use initiative. It inspires them to become more, to do more together, to be greater. That's what the Dynamic Guide Professional Leadership Standard does. So if that was in your organization, let's say your leadership succession plan, you trained all your leaders that you believed you had potential. You trained them all on that. When you needed a leader, would you have one? Absolutely. And if you gave, let's say we had a leader, let's say I come up to you and I say, I would really like to become a leader. And you say, okay, Tony, well, we have this system we're going to give you so you can really hone your skills. And I say, well, I've got the skills. I don't really need the system. And you say, well, that's okay, but we want to make sure that you have the same standard we require all our leaders to lead to. You give me that system. You say, okay, go ahead and take this, and this puts you on the fast track toward being a leader. Now, let's say that I've had that system for a month, and you come to me and you say, hey, Tom, how's it going with that program? And I say, oh, well, you know, I really haven't had time. What does that tell you about my desire to be a leader? Now, for me, what that would tell me is you have a desire, Tony has a desire to get the paycheck, but he doesn't have a burning desire to get the skills. Now, if a leader has a desire to get the paycheck and not the skills, how well is he or she going to perform? So that'll tell you a lot about what they're going to be like as a leader. Point is, for those leaders who want to excel, who want to be able to take people to new heights and new productivity, for an organization that wants to be high performance and high profit, you have the tool here to build your leadership so your organization can accomplish anything it determines as a goal, because it has this standard within it and everybody performs at that standard. The Dynamic Guide Professional Leadership Certification and System will create a group of high-performance leaders like you've never seen before. It works wonderfully, it immerses them, it teaches them the skills, they become their habits, and they cannot do anything but be a highly effective, high-performing, highly positive catalyst of high performance. So, whether you teach one person or you teach 100 people, and really you want this throughout your organization and your leadership succession plan. When you do that, you immediately, after they start using the information, you will immediately see results, and positive results. And the further they go into it, the more results, and once they master it, you won't believe the difference in the power of people when they actually have the skills to be successful. Get the program. If you have any questions or any kind of support, or you need adjustments for your organizations, let us know. We'll be happy to help you transform your organization to the powerful, positive organization that's a high-performing organization that you want.